YouTube, how we doing? It is PPS back here for YouTube Play of the Daytime. We are rolling with two spots today. It is Dinger Tuesday. Best of luck if you're rolling with those. I'll have one play for you guys for my favorite spot today. But first, if you could, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We're coming at you guys with one prop combo and then one total here. Want to make sure I have the numbers correct here. We did split our last one. We ended up with the not the Yankees, that's the play for today. Mets first 5 under, getting absolutely nuked by David Peterson. Thank you, David Peterson, for throwing the worst game I've ever seen you throw in my life. And then we also hit the Phillies first 5, which was kind of funny because the Phillies first 5 over, that was the only runs they really scored till the 9th inning, right? I think there were 6 runs scored in the first 5 innings, and then no runs scored till the end, which was interesting. So yeah, we end up being at 12-9, 2.39 units. Obviously, we ended up having the Senga Turner one prior that I didn't have listed on there, so I had to make sure I did that. But we did sweep past the prop yesterday. Hopefully, you tuned in for that one. Did very well over there yesterday, and hoping that run continues over here. So let's get into it right away. First play I'm going to do, it's going to be the Brewers first 5. That's going to be minus 160, I believe, which, to be honest, is kind of crazy. And then I'm going with Mason Miller, 4 strikeouts. Here it is right here, plus 107. Obviously, like the plus money. Obviously, love Mason Miller stuff. Obviously, elite stuff. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Very good slider. And what I do really like for this number is he doesn't really walk guys, right? He doesn't have that in his arsenal, right, where he's not really working well to do it in terms of walking guys. I thought with a 100-mile-an-hour pitch, he would be very much going to be all over the place, especially in his first outing. But he only walked one guy in his first outing there, so that was obviously very impressive. And he did that against a very good team, right? He did that against the Cubs, who have been hitting the ball very, very well. So obviously really like that. And now he's obviously taking on the Angels. A lot more strikeouts in this lineup. A lot more power, but the Angels are better versus left-handed pitching than they are against right-handed pitching. I think that the velo is gonna play here. And we saw it last night. The Angels obviously did very well. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of swings and misses here, right? Trout swings and misses a lot. Taylor Ward was not looking good yesterday. Drury obviously stepped up. But if you go up and down that lineup, you're not that scared of that bottom half, right? Rengifo is a tough K, but Ohtani was striking out last night. I think Trout had 3. Obviously, you go to Renfroe, definitely swings and misses there. Drury, Rendon, all of them are going to have swings and misses in their bat there. And obviously, going to the Brewers, I am going to be rolling with them because I love Eric Lauer against the Detroit Tigers. Lefty against the Tigers. Tigers are the worst team against lefties. You guys know how much I hate taking my own team to do well, right? Because obviously I don't want to have my money invested in my own team very much. But I really do like this spot. Also, I like that Spencer Turnbull really struggles against both sides of the plate. Going to give up a lot of power numbers. He does well in Comerica, but we're in a dome here in American Family Field. So obviously I think that helps us a lot. And also, there's really no layoff in terms of power, right? You got Adames in there, Yelich. You got Tellez, Contreras. That top of the lineup is very scary. Bottom half, not so much. But for me, relying on a team that bats 576 OPS against a certain side is terrible. We have a 32% K rate for Lauer, or 32% K rate for the Tigers against lefties. Lauer, I get it, has struggled, right? And I know that's probably where everybody's going here. But last outing, he went 7 2/3, 4 strikeouts only. Seattle's tough. OPS is not great against lefties, but they're a tough team to K, right? You go to St. Louis, very tough team versus lefties. And Cubs are obviously top 10 against lefties as well. And then the other one was a matchup with the Padres where he threw well there. So the last 2 outings have been very promising. And now we get a really big step down. So I do really like this spot. And I'm going to continue to roll with the trend of fading teams that suck against left-handed pitching. And it seems to continue to work. So Brewers first 5 with Mason Miller, 4 strikeouts. plus 107. And I did find that I only have this on a local book, so I'm going to wait. They don't have this listed. It's minus 130 on FanDuel, so I'm going to stay off that one. So I'm going to switch it over to one of my other plays, and that's going to be Arizona. I love the Diamondbacks. Team total, first 5, over 2.5, minus 110. This is over on DraftKings Sportsbook at the moment. Really like fading Singer here. He screwed me last time, just a lot of walks. But what I do like here is just the amount of power again. 5 home runs allowed through 20 innings so far this season. Home road splits are pretty bad both ways, right? I'm not going to look into too much that he had an 8.4 ERA at home because we're on the road here, but the 8.4 is really dictated by his last outing that he got hit around, and obviously the game that I played him in. But his only road start, right? Yeah, he gave up 2 doubles, gave up 5 runs, gave up a homer in there on the road. He really seems to struggle with right-handed bats because of that 2 seam. So obviously Christian Walker in the middle of that order. You're going to see a lot of lefties though with switch hitters up and down this lineup. I don't really think that we're going to have too much of an issue with this team with Singer here. Seeing as the amount of power that he gives up, his slugging percentage on the road so far this year is .542. He does have a very good 2 seam. But we've just seen the patience, right? We've seen really good patience from the Diamondbacks, and they got power, speed, pretty much everything you want from a team that you're backing here. Obviously, you got Ketel Marte at the top, Josh Rojas, you got Corbin Carroll there. You go up down to Christian Walker, who we will talk about here in 1 second here. I am very pumped for that. So, sorry, I had a quick message I had to respond to there. So, fading Singer, I know I took him last time. I understand, but there's too much power here. I like the Diamondbacks at home, obviously, as well. One of the better home hitting teams in the MLB, sitting at 7th with an 807 OPS. First 5 team total over 2.5. Sign me up for some Corbin Carroll and sign me up for my home run pick, which is going to be Christian Walker. That is with the plus 500 spot. No, Caesar's probably going to be higher, but I don't have access to Caesar's Sportsbook, unfortunately. So I will be rolling with Christian Walker to get a home run today. We look at here, I just talked about how Singer really struggles versus right-handed batting. Last year, he allowed only 6 home runs in 78 innings. But this year, for some reason, he started out really tough against righties to get out, right? He's got a 381 OBP, 675 slugging so far this season to right-handed bats. I expect to see one of these hits going out of the stadium, and I expect it to be from big, bad Christian Walker. I know he started out the season pretty slow, and I understand that, but if Singer's going to continue to try and use the same little 2-seam fastball coming around, he's got a 69.1%. He's walking 6.5% of batters. He has an expected ERA of 8.6. So it's not like he's getting lucky here. I think we're going to see just so many hard hit balls. And if you're going to give me this Diamondback team at home with all these balls getting put in play, 15% barrel rate so far against Brady Singer this year, Christian Walker, if he barrels up a ball, it's going pretty far. So I think this is very well correlated with the Arizona first 5 team total at minus 110 there. So just a quick recap. Brewers first 5 with Mason Miller 4 strikeouts plus 107. We have Arizona team total first 5 over 2.5 minus 110, and Christian Walker to get a home run at plus 500. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck today, and let's crush this Dinger Tuesday.